All right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on? Brimstone here. I am joined today with Rambo and Rags. So, guys, how's it going? How's your day? I hear that new services are coming up for $19 a month for streaming games.
I'm watching a bunch of chickens go at some McNuggets here. It's pretty crazy.
What?
Wow.
Wow, man, that was a.
What I'm saying is that you never know how big a McNugget actually is until a chicken's holding it. Wait, they're chickens eating McNuggets.
That's cannibalism.
That's awful. Oh, nature's cruel. I didn't even think about that. Oh boy.
I love the commercial where they freaking have the animated pigs eating bacon burgers. They're like, shut up.
I was just wrong.
It's hilarious. All right, guys. So, wow, what a grand start as always.
Every time I get food in my air hole, I'm like, fuck intelligent design.
And by the way, he is not talking about his anus, ladies and gentlemen. He's actually talking about his mouth. Yeah. Because, you know, that makes sense. Science and all.
Can I drink water?
So I saw your pretty face today on Twitter. What's that about?
That's the face I was born with. People still are asking me for face reveals, and I've had like 6 videos or so where I've shown my face. I'm like, I'm not revealing my face. It's already revealed. And then people will post my face like exposed. It's like, well, in a linguistically explicit term, I guess my face is being exposed, but it's already out there.
You have a damn thumbnail with your face on it.
I have a damn thumbnail with my face on it.
Like, what in the hell are these people thinking?
If I didn't want people to know what my face was, I wouldn't make videos with face cams in them and videos where I explicitly only use my face. Ugh, come on, people.
Absolutely amazing. If people only understood how they could actually do the search engine, that would be fucking absolutely life-changing.
They don't even have to go.
Images,
they don't even have to do a search engine. They can just go to his channel and just click videos.
It's right
and
there.
It's right there. It's on the front page. It's like right there.
Well, if I go to Rags PC and go to Google Images, it's showing some of my thumbnails, pictures that I've placed in videos. Mostly just thumbnails to my videos. Let me see. Yeah, that looks really. That's about it.
The internet never ceases to amaze me.
Rags at Your Pal Rags at Twitter. Yeah, it really pops up. I don't wonder how far I have to go down before you see my face.
If the audience is wondering what the hell is up with Rambo's mic, he's had some technical difficulties, and I just want to blame it on the Windows update, because that's what it sounds like to me. His drivers actually busted, and, well, I don't know, turned his Blue Yeti into a potato, and then turned his Audio Technica into what I can only describe as squash. So
yes.
So
and then Google Chrome just keeps crashing on me ever since I got this stupid update now. So it seems like it's just a number of messes with this Windows update, this anniversary update.
Isn't that just absolutely fabulous? Now, I will say this. I was going through the same thing, Rambo, and I actually uninstalled it completely and reinstalled it, and it seemed to fix it for me. You might want to try that. Secondly, we have decided on a name. Finally.
Yes, we're going to go with the Queer Musketeers.
I like that.
I like it too.
I thought we were talking about the Suffolkware sausage party, but hey, you know what? That's fine. That works.
I don't even know. I got a lot of fantastic answers from on Twitter. Some of these are really, really good.
You know what? I didn't even see them. Go ahead and read them off.
Well, let me go here. Here. Okay, let me see. Of course, there's Rags to Riches, Dogging Around the Internet, the Master Race Podcast, Dingo Lingo, that's another one of my favorites, Games Cast, Real Talk with Rags, the Rags Cast, Rags Swagathon, Debunking Dumbasses, Corgi Crew, one of my other favorites, PS4 Trolls Love PC Beggars with a JTech TV thumbnail on it. Let's see, we have Rag Sessions, Ragtogen 720, The Real Rags Prince, and Rags Tech TV. Fantastic.
Oh boy.
Raggy Times, Rags Cast, Bible Ball Z.
Wow.
Rags is, let's see, the best PC podcast that gets off track. We also have Rags Big Long Schlong Cast. Let's see, Digital Shreds, Intellectual Idiocy, Ragtime, The Rags View, Your Pal Ragscast, Gaming with Sheeb, and Sheeb Master Race. We've got Doggy Talk, Rags Alert Nation, On the Rag, The Sheba Pack, The Rag Pack, Raggedy Times. We have more votes for Queer Musketeers. Okay. Let's see. The Rags and Rags. A Dog Talks About Things. Doggo Discussion. Raggish Talks. The Life of Rags. Rags is Seaman.
Wow.
Rags and Company Podcast. Bonus Treats. Rags Tech Overload. Oh, the list goes on.
I say run a poll and he's got a fucking ladder.
Oh boy.
But I did kind of like the intellectual idiocy. That's actually kind of like my favorite one out of all those.
Idiocy.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I would like to have it be something that's clearly separate, because the guys, I mean, you know, those other guys on YouTube, they do just an insane amount of podcasts. Mooch said he did what, 8 to 12 hours of podcasts,
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck, son, dear God.
No.
I mean, how do you
absolutely
do that
not. We are not doing that. Hell no.
Not grow.
Oh, come on. Come on, man.
I already told you my stance on long podcasts. Anything longer than an hour is a fucking, like, this huge...
We can top Mooch, guys. We can do 40 hours a week in podcast.
No. No. I have no beef with Mooch, but I refuse to do that. Hell no.
I can't do it either, man. I have other things in my life to do.
I mean, if this turned into some sort of like major network podcast on something, sure, we're getting paid for it. That's fine. That's because we're actually making money off this. It's profitable. We could all fucking benefit from this, absolutely. But I don't see that happening.
Doesn't
no.
buy me food. So
exactly. Thank you. So, would you like to tell them what we picked, sir?
I forgot, actually.
Really? Yeah, man, you have a mind of a goldfish, sir. It's called
A Goldfish for Years.
The Gamer Talk, or The Game Talk, or
you didn't even know.
What?
You didn't even know.
Hold on, I'm going.
Say, wait a minute, you did.
Wait. I actually tweeted this to Shaner, and yeah. So go me for fucking that one up, huh?
The Game Talk.
The Game Talk. Thank you. You could have stepped in there like earlier, you dick.
I just now found it.
I think it's also important to note that I just lost the game.
Of what game?
Never mind. Let's move along.
You know
what we mean. You know what I mean.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So, tonight is just going to be random banter. So, with that being said, I gotta say, man, your Twitter is quite the fiasco of different emotions and retardation and some intellectual, maybe smaller percentages than most,
Well, from my side,
dialogue taking place on your thread, sir.
Well, if you can't win through arguments or facts, or you can't make real reasons as to why you think your idea is better than mine, then just spam my Twitter feed with insults and post pictures of my face to myself and think that means something.
Although I would find it hilarious if they posted dick pics and they would claim that it was yours. That would be hilarious.
Oh my god.
You just gave them all the idea.
Oh, it looks
I'm gonna have to unfollow you for a little while.
Just saying, that would be hilarious. I'm not saying, of course, for anybody to do that, but that would be funny.
I don't. What do I say? I forget what I say. While I have no control over the feedback others choose to provide, I'd kindly ask that you avoid any forms of harassment or abuse. There you go. I fulfilled my legal obligations. You may draw your own conclusions. Someone just tweeted me something from the Titanfall Princess. Fuck YouTube live streaming until I get respect.
Oh man, I went to her stream the other night, and she doesn't. I'm banned or whatever, so I can't.
If anyone types the word rags, it doesn't show up in the chat. Like, that's the point that it's gotten to.
She actually, wait. She actually blacklisted your name?
Yes.
Just my name. Now,
what?
I can't post anything because, of course, it says rags and then the things that I've typed. So, too bad for me. Anyone who mentions my name is, boop, gone. And I've seen people banned in seconds for saying things just as simple as, guys, stop giving her pity or something like that. Stop feeling bad for her. She brought this on herself. Boop, that comment was gone in seconds. I was there. I saw it disappear into the void.
I went on my second account and was just talking. I was actually talking to probably some of your followers. We were just having a conversation, not even about her, just about gaming in general. Just that's it. And as soon as she saw mine, because my other account's Rambo All-Star. So as soon as she saw Rambo pop up, oh shit, that was like a trigger. Because she was like, you have that fucking podcast and it doesn't do you anything. It doesn't make, and then just went on and on and on. And the next thing you know, she ended her live stream and she never came back on. Just from my name popping up on their damn chat,
This is the world that we live in. And this is what it's come down to for these guys. It's this.
I don't understand her hatred for you guys. It's actually kind of weird. Like,
well, I
don't either because I've never said anything to her.
That's what I'm saying.
Her hatred for me because I called her out when she broke the law and committed perjury. So there is that, and I can see how she might get a bit upset at that.
Well, that's one thing, right? But this is seriously over video games. When you think about it, like, I could talk to her just fine. Me and her, I don't know what it is. I get along with her just fine. She doesn't come at me sideways. But for you guys though, it's weird. Like it's like as soon as the mention of you guys are even around, and it's like, all hell Satan. I don't understand it.
I don't either. Because I didn't even that night. I didn't even mention her or even talk directly to her, message her, anything. It was talking to another person in the comment section, and it just like sent her off. I was like, "What? I'm not even talking to you. Like, how are you getting pissed off at me when I'm not even mentioning you or even referring to you? It doesn't make sense."
I don't know.
Think of the staggering amount of time it takes for all these people to police their channels to this level and to skim social media and look for all this stuff. Just imagine the sheer amount of time it takes to just do that, just to look for stuff related to me and things of that nature. I mean, it just must be staggering.
That'd be exhausting.
I mean, think about how much time JTech TV spends policing his comment section in his Twitter. I mean, can you imagine how much time he must spend just doing that? Not even creating content, just policing the channel.
It's probably then on that 15 to 20 hour mark.
I mean, it must be. I can't imagine. I cannot imagine. It's impossible it would be impossible for me to do.
I can't understand why anybody would want to waste so much time just to find an opinion to go against you with. Not even a proper rebuttal, not even anything that's fact. Just a personal opinion in which, they harbored some sort of ill will towards you after you posted facts. I mean, personally, I don't understand it. To me, it's a waste of time. You don't go after somebody.
Really,
it's just an opinion.
It's borderline cult behavior, really.
I think that's where a lot of us are different, right? Like, especially us, for instance, we don't go and hang out with other PC gamers days in and days out, hanging out on forums, trashing console guys, like some of these people would have you believe, actually.
Yeah.
Where you see screenshots after screenshots after screenshots of Xbox community, PlayStation community. And not even Nintendo guys are doing this, by the way. I've never seen a Nintendo person do this. And if they have, I mean, go ahead and prove me wrong. But for the most part, it's been Sony guys. Well, there's probably that one or two. Yeah.
No, I like this guy on YouTube. I don't know. He's really, really flamboyant and loud, and he uses his hands a lot when he talks. He's a black guy. He's big into Nintendo. I forget his name. I watched a few of his videos. He's like this Nintendo dude. And I mean, I kind of like the video.
Yeah.
I forget his name. I wish I could remember his name though, because I have to skim through his content, but I didn't really see him going after Sony or going after Microsoft or PC or anything like that. He was just making videos about, the NX and the games for Nintendo and Mario and Zelda and stuff like that, and he wasn't going after anybody, right? He was just talking about the Nintendo.
Yeah.
Imagine that, a channel that actually focuses on like what they actually like.
Yeah, I was like, I don't. If I make an Xbox channel, there's an obligation to bring down Sony and PC. You have to do your best to bring down Xbox gamers and bring down PC players and bring down Nintendo players.
Yeah.
And Brimstone, were you saying that you said you mainly see it from Sony guys?
I see it from Sony and Microsoft guys. Those are the two main
yeah, those are definitely the two main. But the main one to me has always been the Microsoft. Like there's for some reason like they just if they know you play on PC, it's like there's a set group of them that just go after you for no reason. Like they just come at you.
But toxic company of them all.
But see, here's the thing. Like they know I play on PC, and yet they've all kind of like swarmed around me, right? Like they've never attacked me. They never said, "Oh my gosh, you play on PC, you're POS." And I think it has a lot to do with, I don't know, probably approach. You know what I mean? Like I think it's extremely important that when you talk to people, that your approach is on point. And I don't react in the same manner that a lot of these people here on YouTube react to each other, where you throw me an insult and I throw you an insult, and it just goes back and forth. And that's like the norm around here, right? Well, with me, I'm different. Like I will actually try my best before we get into the pettiness to try to talk to you and treat you with respect. Because I believe that, and this really rings true for me, I treat others how I want to be treated. And I think that really does have a pretty large, effect overall. And it's sort of umbrellaed the Xbox community on my end of the world, especially on my Twitter. I don't know what the deal is. I tweet these guys out. I talk to them on Twitter all the time. Even Mooch is on there. I have no problem with these people. Do they throw up a lot of bias, stupidity a lot of the times? Yeah, but I don't go over there and look for it. And I think that's a huge thing too, and that kind of plays along with what we were talking about earlier. We don't go out searching for the stupidity, you know what I mean? And that's what I don't do. That's what I refuse to do. I'm not going to sit here and go and search for these morons and draw a negative opinion about them because of their ignorance. You know, I'd just rather say, hey, you know what? I'm going to give this person a time of day, see how they're doing, and we'll worry about gaming later as to say if they want a game or not. And that's what the standards I hold them to. Now, if I go to their channel first, I'll be honest with you, I'll be a dick. I probably wouldn't have even given these people, like, not even an inch of time.
Well, it's not even really the actual quote-unquote ex-bot channels, you know, like Mooch and all them. They're not the ones really actively seeking you out or even saying anything to you. It's their followers.
Oh, absolutely.
Like Rags has this one guy, like a Sierra guy, and
like, what you said he had 10.
Has like 12 accounts or something like that. Yeah, it's like, and he started with Rags, and I was stupid because his comment popped up on my screen or whatever, so I thought, okay, I'll reply to it, and that was like the dumbest mistake I've made in my life, because now he just like randomly just messages me on Twitter or tweets me or whatever, and just some off the wall shit. Like, it's like, why are you even like, how did you even come up with this? I don't understand. And then of course me being me, I have to reply, and then it just ends up going into a devolving right into like a big pile of mess, and then I just have to end up just quitting because it gets too much. It's like this guy like lives on Twitter.
Yeah.
Well, with all those damn accounts,
that's how some of them are. I mean, if you have the time to make freaking a dozen accounts for yourself on Twitter, or if you keep making 4 or 5 accounts to troll someone or spam someone's feed, then it's really sad. It really is sad. Meanwhile, and you're going after channels that actually make content and produce things and have 88,000 subscribers, and maybe success is the best revenge. I mean, who are you? You're nobody. You don't do anything.
Yeah,
Twitter accounts and talk shit online. That's all you do.
Yeah, I mean, he keeps on promising he's going to make videos to expose all of us. So I'm still waiting on that. I don't even know if he even has a channel, but I don't think he does. I
think he did make some videos about exposing me or something. I think he named off a few things in the room behind me. But I didn't really listen to it. I really don't want to.
Oh, he's one of those people. He will like name off the stuff in your room and be like, "Oh, he must shop at the 99-cent store."
Like that dog in the back, it's a stupid. Well, actually, it's a you fill it with whiskey.
They utilize pretty much a bunch of, I don't know, fucking, I don't even know how to explain this properly. It's just stupid. It's stupid all around. That's why I don't waste my time with this stuff.
Yeah, and I don't want to. I've only had to block one person because he posted pornography, and I told him to remove it immediately. I said, remove this immediately from my channel, and he said, it's not called a channel. So I blocked him because you can't post porn. You can't post pornography. And I have muted one guy because he was this troll type, and he kept posting over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and it got so spammy. I'm just like, dude, I have more than you to listen to here, so I'm gonna mute you. I'm not gonna block you. I'm saying, and I told it to them before. I said, say anything you want, but you gotta chill, or else I'll mute you so it doesn't distract me from everybody else.
I don't know, man. This is all strange to me sometimes. It's like these people want to sit here and say that you're hating on them and that you're disagreeing, or you being able to disagree with them is a bad thing. As if anything that challenges their belief or anything that they would consider logic is a bad thing. When we both know that anything that can challenge you only helps you grow stronger. And I don't understand why these guys can't see the benefit of what you're doing. Not only are you challenging their certain stances when it comes to the gaming industry, but you're teaching them things at the same exact time. You're not just insulting them, you're insulting their ideology. And that's it hurts, yeah, but you know what? They're going to benefit from it later down the line, or I would at least hope they would. I don't understand it, how these guys can get so wrapped up in this instead of just moving on in game. Or at least come back with a proper rebuttal to you, at least. Jesus.
Oh yeah, and no one has yet, dear God. And I'm working on the part 2 of that Leo DS thing, which was a fucking train wreck.
Okay, bro, like...
I listened to that damn guy talk.
I fell asleep. I fell asleep.
That dude, like, put me to sleep. Like, his voice just...
His fucking voice multiple times, a lot of the times when I'm making the reply to it, because it's just... His voice, I fucking hate the sound of his voice.
Is there any... I was just going to ask you, is there anything you could do to make it more entertaining, like put his shit through auto-tune? Yes, there you go. Throw it through auto-tune.
If I knew, I don't know how to do that. If it's easy, then I may, because, oh my God, it's so, to listen to this guy, it's like a, I don't even know. I can't even think of an analogy. I mean, you thought J-Tech TV was painful to listen to, and he is painful to listen to.
Oh, absolutely.
But when we talk about this Leo DS, I think he's from Brazil or something. I don't know. He sounds like, I think it's like a Brazilian accent, something like that.
That's what it sounds like, yeah.
Paraguay, Uruguay, somewhere around there. Some shithole. And yeah, that's right. I said it. And it's just so boring and dull. And I think he did this all in one take. And I think that's a problem, which is why he spends so much time stuttering. And it got to the point where I was editing out so much of his speech that I in the second part, I'm not even doing the little icon in the music. I'd have to do it so much. I'm just editing out all the silent parts. Where he goes,
the nose air was killing me, dude. Like, I was dying at the nose air, dude.
I couldn't, man. I had to turn it down. I was like, I can't do this, man. After that, I got to a certain point where I was like, I just gotta trust your opinion on this.
For those that are watching, let me give you a little example of what the nose air that he pointed out in the video sounded like.
No, I don't want to listen to it again.
That was his nose air. That was ridiculous. That was the loudest, most obnoxious thing I have ever heard.
And exiting his nose was louder than the commentary playing that you were supposed to be listening to.
Yeah, yes. You couldn't even hear the commentary because of his breathing. Nose. It's like, God bless, like what, like pull the mic down, do something. It was just so frustrating. I couldn't.
I'm not gonna lie.
I feel sorry for you on that one.
I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't trying to be a dick when I watched it, but before you said anything about it, I was thinking to myself, man, that is like the oddest fan that is in his background. And then you're like, oh yeah, that's the nose air. I was like, oh my God, that is loud.
Oh, it's bad. And everything he says, he very clearly is talking down to you like you're a child.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
He's speaking very softly, talking about the console. and things like that. He's trying to explain you things, and the things that he's explaining to you are just dead wrong, and he assumes he knows what you're thinking. Like he said, well, what he was really he may have said this, but what he was really saying here was no. That's what he said, Leo. You fucktard.
I always find it hilarious how other people try to interpret what other people are saying as it's fact. And I find that hilarious. Like, how the hell am I going to sit there and interpret what Rambo's video is saying and be so wrong and yet fool myself into thinking, but I am so right?
Yeah. He thinks he's really I don't know. He thinks that I'm just toxic to the community. He thinks that I'm bad. I mean, in the first part, he was talking about how, you know, my attitude's horrible and that I'm going to drive people away from what I'm saying, which is weird because everyone's telling me, you know, thanks to you, I'm going to build a PC. Tell me what parts I should get.
You're roboting out.
He's implying. Yeah, he's. Uh-oh.
Nope, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. Go ahead.
He doesn't always say it, but he heavily implies that I am bad for the community and that I should try to be positive all the time.
Has he not watched your channel?
I don't know.
But see that, like, how do people get that from your channel? I'm not because you've never.
If I go to, well,
Let me throw out an example as to what I'm gonna. I want to throw some examples out there. You want examples of cancer and toxicity, and I'm not trying to bash other channels, but this is my opinion of them.
They bring it on themselves.
You look at, well, they're comparing you to being negative, and they're comparing you to being toxic. And to me, toxic is something, say, oh, I don't know, like a pyrocynical or somebody that along the lines of maybe even Leafy and Keem. Like, these guys, like the kind of people that they attract with the shit that they make, that is toxic to me. That is something that shouldn't be allowed. But it is.
I think it should be allowed. I think
it should be allowed. I mean, because it's just.
Okay, so it should be. You guys gotta.
I think I get what you're saying. I'm
right.
not trying to say take it off, but
right, but
yeah.
Like those are toxic. When you go to your channel, right? Yes, you are a rebuttal channel. Yes, you attack points, but you're not doing what these guys are doing. You're not putting them down because of some mental instabilities or some physical imperfections. You're literally attacking everything they are saying, and people are not looking at it that way. And I think that's stupid and incredibly ignorant.
Talking about how I only go after small channels, and
but you help them grow.
Yeah, I do in a lot of cases. But I mean, when I go after, and then I always say, well, I went after the No, and they have over 1 million subs. So I mean, I don't.
Yo, that shit blew up though.
I still don't know how that shit happened. People are like, you know what you did? Is like, fuck. If I knew what I did, then I would do it with every video. You dumbass. It just doesn't matter how many. It doesn't matter how big or small you are. If you say something, you're fair game. Say something on the internet, you're fair game.
And I mean, that's just it, though. I mean, whenever you rebuttal them, you actually rebuttal their points and actually come up with a counterpoint to show why they're wrong. And it's not. I mean, it's not. It's very constructive criticism. It's very constructive. Criticism, actually.
Yeah, like I'm not seeing you make fun of them, and that's the whole point of this. Like, I don't see you literally putting them down, man.
A little bit sometimes.
Well, I mean, sometimes, yeah. I mean, but I mean, for the most part, I mean, like, you couldn't look at your channel and see that.
I'm going to say this.
Being the focus.
I'm going to say this.
I don't get it.
Twitter. Okay, Twitter going back and forth does not count as bullying, because they're the ones that approach you. No, I'm saying they approach you.
Yeah, they come to me. They're swarming my chat. I didn't go to freaking Sierra Ira 12 or 47 or whichever account he's on. These people come to me, and then I don't even block them. I say, if you spam my channel, I'll just mute you so I can't hear you because I don't have time for you. I actually have a successful channel. So, you know, I want to try to get to the people who sub to me and answer their questions and talk to them, not people who post me photos of my own face as if I forgot how beautiful I am. So, by the way.
All right, so you guys, those that are watching right now, we're about 29 minutes in. So any suggestions that you may have for the upcoming podcast and whatnot, Let us know
What did we
down
decide
below.
we're doing it on 3 days, Wednesday.
You said
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Yeah, so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we're gonna have a podcast.
This stuff's it's not hard to do. It's just about an hour or so at night, and
Yeah.
yeah.
And what I was thinking was
sure to like label them 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes.
And I will have a
yes.
better mic next time.
Yeah.
So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you guys, let us know if we should have segments based on those days or topics based on those days. Just let us know in the comments below. That would be great. I'm not going to end the recording anytime soon.
We need to make like a Twitter hashtag or something of topics so that we can find them. Like Sargon has This Week in Stupid and all that. So
that would actually be a good idea. Find like a hashtag where we can have them, like, as long as they put that hashtag on there, we can just search that hashtag and find the topics they're wanting.
Oh, you mean like hashtag Rags Dick Pic Twitter? What? Who said that?
New pick every week.
Oh my God.
Titanfall Princess just tweeted, "You can have free speech as long as you don't disagree with me, dumbass."
Wow! Wow!
Are you serious?
What in the
I'm
world?
fucking serious.
Look,
I retweeted.
Yo, like
I don't even like. I just retweet some of the things people say.
I'm just gonna say this. Titanfall. I don't know what the deal is, lady. Wow, that is, girl.
If you go to
Having a
his search
disagreement
channel-
is not hate. I've told you this before in your streams. We could disagree. It's fine. It's what makes you stronger. It helps you, believe it or not. My goodness. I've had this conversation with her before. But
to go to like, you have freedom of speech as long as you don't disagree with me, then wow.
Well, yeah. I don't know, man.
I don't even know what to say about that.
Yeah, it's not something that I'm a little surprised at her, because I've actually talked to her in great lengths about different things, about religion, about politics. Believe it or not, like we've actually talked about stuff like this on her streams.
What religion is she disgracing by being a member of?
Not so much as her religion, but talking about beliefs in general.
She seems like one of those pagan-y types who worships trees and stuff.
The pagan-y types.
Does she worship Titans?
I don't think so. I think she might be. I think she's Christian. I'm not 100% sure. She kind of came off as a Christian when I talked to her. But either way, Titanfall girl, I don't know what is up with you.
Girl.
Wow, I felt like I need a Z triple snap down after I said that.
Purple dry.
So yes, anyways, Rambo, what do you think? Well, what do you think about this? Like, what do you think? Do you believe that, disagreements doesn't necessarily like allude to hate? Like, you could disagree with somebody
that's what I can't figure out with this world today. It's like, you can disagree with literally anything. Like, if you just mention something off kilter of what somebody else thinks, you're automatically a hater of whatever it is that they think.
Everybody's a fucking pussy.
It is like that.
I don't understand it.
Gotten to that point. I mean,
people are coddled so much.
It's like nobody was ever told. Nobody was ever told no as a kid. It seems like I don't understand this. It blows my mind.
I thought when I was young, my daddy told me sticks and stones will break your bones, but words will never hurt you. And so
that's exactly the same as me.
Let words bother me, and for some reason they don't. It's weird.
I just don't get it.
I don't know. It's like my parents never taught me about race, so I didn't grow up to be a racist. It's weird. It's like I'm a human being. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, Brim, like the whole thing. I even talked to Jay about it or whatever. That whole just mentioning something like regarding Xbox.
How long did it take for him to block you?
Jay. Well, no, not Jay. No. Jay Centuries.
Okay.
Rags had his hopes up there for a minute.
Jay had blocked me as soon as he blocked me as soon as I made a comment on his channel.
Oh, you got that far?
Yeah, I made a comment because I never had talked to him before, so I made a comment and then I went back and my comment was gone and I couldn't comment again.
Yeah, most people who tell me they've been blocked by JTech TV say they didn't even get to post anything. It's just because they follow me, they're blocked on his channel. Most people don't get to the point where they can post things on him because they go there and
he's
they've already
preemptively blocking their followers. Yeah,
mine actually my block came before, I guess, we all started talking. So that's the reason why I think mine probably got to the point where I could actually comment over. Because if he would have done it now, then yeah, I would have automatically been blocked.
His last video has my face on the thumbnail.
But no, like Jay and when we talked about the Xbox, like I got so much hate just for having a simple reply. You know, like I actually was you know, I was messing around with Jay to a degree, but then also kind of being serious because I haven't found an actual true Xbox podcast that doesn't have that fanboy nature in it. And so I simply replied to him, and I got so much hate. Like I was attacking Xbox. I'm like going, I own 4 of them sons of bitches. I own more games on my Xbox than most of these damn fanboys even have seen. I probably even have a higher gamer score than most of them. So I'm not understanding like how I can play more Xbox, own more Xboxes, and own more Xbox games than you, but yet I'm still hating on Xbox. It doesn't make sense.
That's got to count for something.
Yeah.
The 2 of them broke. Well, they all broke, but.
Well, I own 4 Xbox Ones.
Why?
I have 5 kids, so.
Oh dear, why'd you do that?
I got each one of my kids.
I was gonna say, not pulling out, obviously.
each one of my kids have a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox One.
You spoiled little assholes, don't you?
Man. Well, they all want a PC, but I mean, they all want like a PC like mine. And
PC.
Bro, there's gotta be a line drawn there, Ram. That's a lot, bro.
It is now. The line's been drawn now. Okay.
Oh, okay, good.
You only get a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox. Don't play your brother's Xbox or PlayStation. You only have to play your own. Do they each have their own TV to play it on? Or?
Yes, they each have their own. My son has a 55-inch TV. My 2 daughters or my girls have I think it's a 37 or 40-inch TV.
So my follow-up question is that what drug do you sell to make all the money for you to get your kids all this stuff?
I honestly don't even know how it happens. My wife has a pretty good paying job, so and discounts.
No, she doesn't because of the wage gap.
Oh yeah, there's that wage gap. You know, she could be making more at it. Well, you know, if it wasn't for this wage gap that's holding her back.
How dare you guys mock an entire social construct that's based completely about a patriarchy that doesn't exist, but it exists in the minds of millions. Isn't that lovely?
Now we hate women and we're all So, okay.
How dare you be a man who thinks for himself, you white privileged motherfucker.
What's great is that we can say we hate women, and we still haven't mentioned Titanfall Princess.
Will you stop trying to drag me in on this? I'm telling you, man. I don't have any issues with her. Stop trying to make issues with me.
I think she just misspelled princes. At this point, I think it's entirely possible.
Wow.
Yay, Power Ranger GIF.
I want to go there, but I'm trying not to. I'm just trying.
Oh man.
Someone just tweeted.
You guys should get
nut jobs the time of day, Ragsy. It's like that's a good question.
It's because, well, you know what, dude? Like, you are a rare breed. I mean, let's face it.
Oh, boy,
think about it.
Indeed.
Think about it. No, think about it. Like.
Oh, I don't have to. I know what you mean.
Yeah. Okay. So you go after opinions. It doesn't matter what sides they are. I mean, you really don't give a damn if the person has 1 fucking sub or 1,000. It doesn't matter.
Owen Fox has 159. Still, he's growing slow as fuck. The Tech Radar 223,000. The No 1,020,000. I'm bigger than him now, but at the time, a lot of these that were bigger than me when I first started off. There's King Manny, he had like 82 or some 82,000, something like that. And all the other ones I forget.
Well, you keep doing what you're doing, and you're going to be growing. But I really got to say,
Absolutely.
I do like your opinion pieces on your games. Like,
I really do. Yeah,
pretty nice. It's nice to switch it up.
More of them together, yeah. It is. They're so easy to do. I can just run gameplay.
How are they?
And talk over them.
How are they being received from like your people? Like, because I know a lot of channels that have that opinion piece. It's almost like they sub for that reason, and then whenever you do something else, they don't like it. Are they accepting it?
Well, the 7 Days to Die one I did, 1,145 likes, 28 dislikes.
Nice, nice.
Let's see, 21,000 views in about a day and 6 hours, which is a little bit lower than the norm, which can be between probably 18 and 25,000 a day view-wise. But it depends on the game too, because the one I did, and I didn't expect this one to be big because it's a lot smaller of a title. The Transmission Element 121, that's a free game. It only takes you 45 minutes to beat, and it's just this thing on Steam.
Yeah, I watched that one today.
Yeah, that's only got 6,200 views, and it's been about 10 hours.
But that's still, I mean, that's still doing pretty good. I mean, considering the type of channel that a lot of people are probably coming to you for, the opinion portions, that's still a pretty good turnout on your reviews like that. So that's actually really good that you're able to do both of them on that and not have to stick with one type of content.
Yeah, and I assume the ones I will do on, like, Killing Floor 2, for instance, will probably be fairly popular. The Dirty Bomb one will probably be popular. If I ever want to do ones on, I think I'm going to do Enter the Gungeon. If I ever get around to doing things like beating Soma or something, I'll get around to those. But
hey, so I was considering, like, today, because you were talking about new content today. So I was thinking, you know how you do your rebuttal videos when it comes to people. So I was wondering, like, why?
I'll rebut you, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. No, what I'm saying is,
They don't.
Of course I do. Of course I would.
They don't.
It would be fun. What are you talking about?
Actually, I went to PS Network right now and I found this graph of your enjoyment, and it specifically says that in 2016 you did not like that.
Okay.
Here's the picture here. I'll have a dog next to
it. Okay, on whatever that means. So what I was thinking is during the times of our podcast,
we're still editing.
Shut the fuck up. Have a segment based on maybe all 3 or all 4 podcast members, where we actually pick a channel that we find to be flawed, as one would say, and all 4 of us rebuttal this person. Everybody.
J+. The Young Turks.
Young Turks would be fun. That would be fucking
If
amazing.
we did the Young Turks, we'd have to, I mean, it would be a podcast that started Monday and ended Friday.
Let me get my bucket, gentlemen.
There is a lot to be done on that damn channel.
All right, this is going to require...
I'm gonna do one with Top Hats and Champagne. And so I need to start. I'm trying to get more... we've been talking. We're going to do something on Monday, and I hope we do it more. We're going to do a little collab, and I want to get Fringy and do some stuff with him and Top Hats and all these other guys.
Oh, perfect.
Start working with some of the other YouTubers and stuff, because these are fun. It's easy to do, and it's a huge break from these rebuttal videos, which do take time and effort, because a lot of it is me Googling things and figuring out information and looking at graphs and looking at there's a lot of research that goes into it. Obviously.
Insert corgi image here.
You mean you actually look up information?
I know, it's crazy.
How dare you want to be a more intelligent person when it comes to actually looking things up?
It's 2016. We don't look shit up.
It's the current year.
We just say shit.
That's the point, right? You white privileged bastard.
You would honestly think that that would be the point of what everything's about. Just say shit and it becomes fact.
Yeah. Like with the part 2 of the Leo DS video, he's just being just an absolute smarmy cunt ever since the first part came out, and he's talking a lot of shit, and not to me, of course, but to a lot of people on the channel, and they're replying to this and that, and saying I'm just a bad person, and all my points are wrong, and just general ridiculousness. So I'm being careful with this one. I'm really in depth, and I'm bringing up Dark Souls and controller prices on eBay. I went to the Steam and game stats for the day. I went to frickin' Riot Games page, and I went to the PSN Network's most owned games, and I've got frickin' Street Fighter gamepad information, and it's pretty extensive. Because fuck, what am I doing? No matter what I do, it's wrong anyway. What am I bothering? Oh yeah, that's right. That's the subscribers that subscribe to me. That's
Bro, you could honestly sit there and post a video stating how you can, I don't know, profess your love to these individuals that you've actually rebutted, and they would still find flaws in it, and they would still come after you.
Hey, I have a question for y'all, though. I actually saw a video, and I commented on it, of course, but the video was kind of odd. The question was even brought up, but if today, like tomorrow, we wake up and every game on PC is running the exact same resolution as it is on console, and you cannot change it. It has the same anti-aliasing, same everything. It's basically the exact console port. The only caveat that we can get on the PC is just running it at whatever frames per second our computer will run. Would you still play on PC?
Got it out.
Yep. I answered that question yesterday. Absolutely.
Yeah, me too.
Imagine what the frame rates would be then if we were
Oh,
playing.
well, the frame. I don't think we could have a monitor that would be able to keep up with the frame rate.
I mean, everybody would be going out and buying a 144 hertz monitor.
They would need to come out with a higher one. Actually,
They would have to come up with exactly. It's like Battlefield 1 at 720p.
I wouldn't even. You wouldn't even.
Frame rate of that? Oh my god!
It would be out of the like.
It would be 300 frames a second. Oh my god, it's amazing. It would look like shite, but I mean, and you couldn't see things that were like more than 50 meters away, but you could see them so smoothly.
I don't think that people actually understand the importance of frame rate.
They don't. I think frame rate is one of those things that a lot of people just don't understand. It's like the air you breathe. You don't even really think about it until it becomes a problem.
That's a point there.
Don't you guys know frame rates increase visual fidelity? Didn't you know that?
That's what I got told. That's what
you see more pixels. You see more.
Some guy argued with me. Some guy argued with me that graphic frames per second is
equals
graphics.
more pixels.
Yes,
well,
and I'm like,
it
no.
does in the sense that you see more pixels per second because the image refreshes more.
Well, I mean, in that sense, yes. But I mean, your game's not going to look like magically.
In terms of graphics, no. In terms of graphics, no.
Right. That's what he was saying. Is that it's going to be more graphics? And I'm like, no, it's
more pixels, but the pixels aren't better. There's just a shit ton more of them.
And smoother.
Yeah.
Like,
It just rounds it out. That's all it is.
If you're turning left and right at 30 FPS, then there are literally segments that you will not even see because the game can't keep up with you turning at 30 FPS. And it's just it's hard to explain to somebody who is used to 30 FPS and 60 FPS. Best case scenario, 60 FPS. And I can't and when I play a game like Fallout 4, when I play that game and then I see it running on a PlayStation 4 and it looks like crap and it runs at 27 FPS or 24 FPS when you're walking through the city, or when a fight happens and you're trying to shoot things in the noggin at 25 frames per second, I can't imagine how they put up with it. Well, I can because it's all they're used to. So I was just playing Battlefield 3 on the console. I run at 30 FPS maximum. Best case scenario, that game was running at 30 frames per second and it looked like shit. But it was all I had, and I hadn't played anything better, so it didn't really, it wasn't as much of a stark contrast.
Yeah, coming over, like I said, I came over to PC around February, and that was before Uncharted came out. And so once I actually saw the difference. So what everybody's talking about, everybody's always talked about the PC and how much it's better. And once I actually saw that for myself, Uncharted came out. I went back to play that on PlayStation and at 30 frames per second, and it was hard. It was a really difficult time for me to go back to 30 frames per second.
To adjust to that and actually...
Yes, it's really difficult.
Same thing with Battlefield 3. I maxed out the rank on the Xbox 360. Yes, it was a chore. Thank you very much. And then I bought a very modest starter PC, and it was running that game 1080p, and it was maxing it out at 60 FPS because the monitor I bought was just a little cheapo Insignia starter monitor. And then when I went back to play with my friends on the Xbox, the game looked like shit and it ran like shit, and I was like, oh my god.
It's amazing what you're used to, right? It's amazing what your eyes get used to. You get used to those consoles, you get used to that platform, and then you go over to PC and it's like, my eyes hurt. I don't know if I could take this.
I was doing research for the PK Drew video.
Yeah.
Who did come around to PC, I will say. And he made a video where he was talking nonsense about Halo. He was playing Halo ODST.
Mm-hmm.
And the resolution of ODST, and I played the shit out of Halo ODST. Let me go to resolution. Halo ODST resolution is the native resolution is, let me see. I think it was it's not even 720p. I think it's upscaled to 720p.
I think you're right on that too, because I think most of the games back then were actually upscaled to 720p.
Yeah, which is insanely bad. But at the time, you know, you just don't even. I mean, that if that's all you got, then you don't even really think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, Halo 3 and all these other games. I mean, just look at the when you could boot up Call of Duty 4 on the PC, and it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
It's crystal clear. It's easy to run, and then you go. It's just like when I made a Call of Duty video, and I had Call of Duty 4 multiplayer in the background, and someone asked, "Holy shit! I didn't remember Call of Duty 4 looking that good." And then someone said, "Oh, he's playing it on a PC."
You know what's funny about that is like
YouTube version of the game, it looks better than
Yeah.
the version using with your eyes on a
Oh,
console.
absolutely. Look at those consoles though. If you remember, back in the day, there was that grayish white film over the top of your game that we never saw. Like we never really paid attention to it before, right? A lot of people never really paid attention to it. In fact, someone would even say, "I don't remember seeing that," because that's how passive it was. I looked it up, and that was actually a product of being upscaled from such low resolutions to such a high resolution. You're talking, some of these games were upscaled from 480. Like, what kind of crap is that? So our base resolution is going to be like literally like standard definition, like, and we're going to upscale it to 720p. Yeah, it looks okay, it looks decent, but overall we still got crap quality, and we were used to that. And it's a damn shame that we didn't demand more back then like they are now, because they would be in a much better position now if they would have held to their standards back then.
Well, also, when the PS3 comes out at $600 and nobody buys it, and then they complain about how weak consoles are, I mean, what do you want? What do people want?
Right.
Well, the PS3 was actually very powerful.
Oh yeah.
Shit architecture.
It just had the architecture nobody wanted to even bother learning because it was a whole new architecture.
And let's not have this lead into what the fucking magical optimization word. It's optimized to run at 720p. Okay, gotcha.
I can't stand that optimization.
You ask people like, hey, you know, if 1080p or 720p matters so much right now, right? And your 60 frames per second matters so much right now, why are you on a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One? Why? Why are you on that? This is something that we've all asked. I've asked this in a video before. I'm sure you've done it. I know Bond has. Like, think about it. Like, why are any of these people on a console if that's what their standards are? It doesn't make any sense to me. You buy into a console knowing what you're going to get, not assuming what you're going to get. And those are two different, distinct mindsets that we're dealing with here. And it's absolutely fucking annoying.
I can't figure it out. I mean, the stuff that people say, it's like, why are you not playing on PC? Well, fuck PC, you know. Well, you don't even make an argument, but yeah, everything that you want and everything that your standards are only capable on PC.
Absolutely. And it's not even about being a
DS. When I said that, you know, most you know, PCs are what push technology forward, and that they're what innovates the industry and gaming and technology and all that, and his response was, well, I don't really know about that. I'd like to see something. I don't think I agree with that, actually. And
you sound just like him.
Yeah, it's not hard. You just sound like an inbred hick, and he just wouldn't. He didn't. I mean, that was it. That was his counter in his video, his hour-long video. He brings up something I said. And he's like, I don't think so. And he said that. And then I had to go into well, VR, and then there's 3D, and then the fact that all games are made on the PC, and you know all games are made on the PC, and if you know all games are made on the PC, and you're asking me to prove that PCs are responsible, ugh. I don't have to make this explain to you. I don't do this for the people. At this point, I don't even think I'm doing this for the people I make videos on. I think it used to be that way, but not anymore. It's for the subs.
There you go.
It's for the 20,000 people that will look at this idiocy in the next 24
Well, yeah,
hours.
because you can't like entertain them, because they'll go back and forth with you, because every single person that you kind of came across, I think they think they're always right.
I think with the exception of like 2 people. Let's see, Batmania Returns and Brad Langshaw did videos where they said, "Holy shit, it's sold! My knife sold. My Counter-Strike Go knife sold. I now have $203 in my Steam account."
Woohoo!
Nice.
Oh yeah!
You scared the shit out of me though.
Oh yeah! I looked up and it was there. I have $203 to spend on games now. One of my my subs, one of my fans, he said, "I've got this knife and I don't really gonna use it for anything. You can have it." And I don't play Counter-Strike Go at all. Like it's not my game. Maybe I'll get into it later, but I'm not in it at all right now. He's like, "You can have this knife." And I'm like, "Okay, how much is it worth?" He's like, "Oh no, like $200." Like what? $200 American? And it's like, yeah, $200 worth about $200. And I said, like, no, you play Counter-Strike, and it's $200. Don't just give me $200, man. He's like, that's yours. You work, and you got that. You spend it on games, and you go buy games, get Deus Ex and Doom and all
That is the best sub ever.
And I know, I'm about to.
Hey, if you want to sub to Ramboscorner, if you hear that, you know, Ramboscorner, yeah, I'll gladly take any knife. You know. That's
actually a good way to end this. Actually, you guys, please do go check out Ramboscorner. Go check out his channel. He's got some pretty good content up there himself. He is actually aspiring to be a YouTuber himself. He's buying a whole new rig, or he already bought it, and he's going to be getting it Friday, which is pretty exciting. New stuff is always fun, sir.
Yes.
Oh yes, definitely. I myself, as you guys already know, sub to this channel if you like what you see. I do particularly, I guess, somewhat semi-decent talk pieces on what I think, whatever that day is. So it's pretty much random, and hence why I call it the Random Thoughts episodes. Just got done revamping my entire channel last night, so unfortunately it spammed a lot of you guys' Twitter, so I do apologize for that. I wasn't going for that. But yeah, so any suggestions that you guys may have for those 3 days that we said, please make sure... Please make sure you post them in the comments below.
Do we have a hashtag we could use?
Let's see. How about this? How about this? Hashtag... You know what? Hashtag dick pics for rags. And then put in your comment there on what your suggestion is on Twitter. Make that shit trending. Let's do this. Rags just did his outro because he's too damn excited for his $200. You lucky fucker.
I can't blame him.
Right? Anyways, you guys have a great night. Rags says bye, believe it or not, and to whoever gave him that knife, he is totally gonna give you head. Just saying, totally.
And you rock.
You do rock. You do rock. You are amazing. You're an amazing person. Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure you spread this around like cancer. Peace out.